Now, sorry, Councillor. Now, moving forward, my lord, then the confession was made when I got hold of the document. This is now after meeting Colonel Rappard. In the documents, because it was given to me by Lieutenant Colonel Rappard, nowhere was it recorded that he's got any injuries or complaints. Now, furthermore, my lord, when he was detained on the 16th, as I said, I assisted in coordinating the occurrence books. Nowhere on the detention office, just after his arrest, also when he was booked in and out on the 17th, the 18th, and 19th, leading to the confession, as well as after, we came back from Pukeng, where the docket of ammunition was registered. All those OPs do not reflect that he was at any stage booked in or visited and found that he is complaining of assault or there are injuries that were seen. So on those bases, my lord, it would be difficult for me to say, he was assaulted. It was not brought to my attention. Evidence that is before this court suggests otherwise, my lord.
On the 18th, in the evening, it's my version that Ntanzi was assaulted near an engine garage by Mabena, Jonathan, Buthelezi, Maphumulo, and yes, it was next to an engine garage in Albertine.
My lord, I was not there. As I indicated, the last time I saw him on the 18th, it's when we were following the alibi in Carltonville. From there, we parted ways. So I will not, I was not there. All I can say, like I said earlier, my lord, there is no indication in the OBs, including the 18th, because I made arrangements to collect those OBs and peruse them. Nowhere it's documented, even on the entries of the 18th. I think he went back to the detention cells in the morning hours of the 19th, my lord, that he was booked in with injuries and subsequently booked out to court with injuries. Or further, when he went back, I think, to the police station next to Germiston, Primrose, as well as Pukeng. None of those occurrence books, my lord, suggest, such assertions, my lord. That's how far I can answer it, my lord.
Sergeant Mkhane, when it was firstly put to him, during cross-examination, that Ntanzi was assaulted next to an engine garage by the persons that I've mentioned, he denied having been next to an engine garage, and he denied the assault. That's what Mkhane said. Firstly denied, but now getting into the AVL shows that there was a stop at engine garage in Albert. And he further confirmed that after he saw that the AVL shows the location of the vehicle at that time.
Yeah, my lord, no, I hear what counsel is saying, but it's I don't know what to say. I was not here when Sergeant Mkhane testified. I was not there. I don't know how could I assist in that.
So here is what we know. Bongani Ntanzi, accused number 2, says he was assaulted at the engine garage. Sergeant Mkhane took the stand and said, we never stopped at no engine garage. And then Jiggy AVL records say, indeed, there was a stop over there at the engine garage, and it wasn't just a brief stop. You stopped. Like, there's no way you could have forgotten that, because you were there for hours upon hours and hours, okay? You eventually left in the early hours of the morning. Jiggy. Now, Brigadier Gininda is being cross-examined by Advocate Mngomezulu, and his answer is, I don't know. I wasn't there. This is the lead investigating officer. Let me know your thoughts on this portion of engine garage. And for me, I see my lord. He's taking a lot of notes. He's writing down. He's listening attentively. And then I question myself, because then I move, I fast forward myself to say, how did my lord make the decision to include the confessions, knowing there's this discrepancy with the engine garage? Did he overlook it? Did he ignore it? Was it irrelevant to the facts of Bongani Ntanzi being tortured at the engine garage? Let me know your thoughts, but let's continue listening to the late advocate Mngomezulu.
And to submit that question is misleading, because the version that was put to Sergeant Mokhan was that en route to Morocco on the 19th of June. That's when the assault took place. But this version was later adapted to say that the assault took place on the way back from Khartoum.
I'll differ with what my colleague is submitting. I'll make reference to the records. And the reason why my colleague is raising with this objection is because they knew and deliberately so omitted the location of that motor vehicle on the 18th, on the reasons that they knew that it was an evidence that corroborated the version of accused number 2. I will submit with due respect that there is no such objection or statement made by Sergeant Mukhani. What is understood is that Sergeant Mukhani initially denied having taken accused number 2 next to an engine garage in the presence of Jonathan, Mapumulo, Buteles and the rest. And further, it has been denied by all these witnesses, I mean the SWAT unit, to be next to an engine garage at any given stage when it was put to them that Ntanzi was assaulted on the day. But what I can put to you now is that when Jonathan, Buteles, Mapumulo were cross-examined in relation to the version given by Ntanzi that he was assaulted next to an engine garage, they also denied having been next to the engine garage. They also denied having assaulted accused number 2.
As a conclusion, we will repeat the same objection. The version that was put was that this assault happened on the 19th of June.
Not on the 18th.
On the way, yes. On the way to Morocco Police Station.
Yes.
That is not true. We definitely rely on our records. Proceed, Madam. Yes. I'm putting to you that the version of accused number 2 is that on the 18th he was assaulted and later he was taken back to Pretoria North where he was kept, and 2 hours later or 3 hours later he was booked out again. No, it's not the top. After he was assaulted, around about 12 o'clock midnight, he was transported back to where he was kept at the police station. It was Pretoria North. So 2 hours, so when he was booked in at 2:30 in the morning, and was booked out around 5 or around 4 to take him to Foslorus police station on the 19th. Can you dispute that?
The booking out, my lord, I will not dispute that because it's. I think I've seen, although I'm not sure about the time, but I will not dispute it because if it's not accurate, it's not far from that. So that part I will not dispute, my lord. The part that I want to dispute clearly and without a shadow of a doubt is the impression that the state, including myself, I suppose, we deliberately kept the information of the 18th because we knew that it has issues. That's not correct. When I received the request for the AVL, I made that application, my lord. I made that application, and the request was the information for the AVL to be provided from the 30th of May 2020 to the 24th of June. All the days. And when I say all the days, I'm not saying selected days. Every day. 30, 31, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once that was obtained, my lord, because it was voluminous, I consulted with the state as to which part to make it easier. matters the defense and the state wants to deal with. I was never given the date of the 18th. And when that is why the initial package didn't include the 18th, because I then took the request, not that I prepared it myself, sat with the expert and said, please package this information according to this date and submit your affidavit so that it can be presented. And that's how it was done, my lord. Later, when additional dates were requested, we followed that same pattern. So at no stage was information kept away. That is really not correct.
May I just further take you on the version at Engine Garage? Sergeant Mkhane considered, when he was cross-examined on the AVL of the 18th of June 2020, he considered to say he was at Engine Garage. That's where they bought water and some stuff, and further considered that on that night he was later joined, or on that night he was further joined by the SWAT unit, that is Jonathan, Buteles and Mapumo.
My lord, obviously the issues of the engine garage and buying food, I was not told about that. What I do know is that on the 18th of June 2020, Sergeant Mkhane did report to me that the car was giving him mechanical issues. That I know. Subsequent to that, I did say he must get a backup because I knew they were in a company of accused two. I know he was joined by SWAT team members. I just didn't get the names as to who, but I know that at the time when they were at a specific area, there was a mechanical issue, and insofar as I was briefed, SWAT came to assist until the mechanical issue was resolved, and they went to detain accused two. That's what I know about the presence of SWAT. It was to assist basically with the safekeeping of everyone.
And it was for the first time when confronted with the AVL of the 18th that Sergeant Mkhane gave evidence of the mechanical breakdown of a motor vehicle. During his evidence in chief, or even cross-examination before the AVLs, he never said anything about mechanical failure in the motor vehicle. I'm surprised that as the lead investigator, you want to support a statement that was never said initially by Sergeant Mkhane.
My lord, I don't know how the question was put to him. I'm simply narrating what was told to me, and subsequent to that, my lord, the vehicle was indeed booked in the police garage in Benoni, because on the 24th, I know that they were using Sergeant when the confession, insofar as accused number 2 is concerned, at the Boksburg Magistrate Court is concerned, the car was already sitting in Benoni. So the reporting was made to me and is not meant to mislead or do anything. It's a fact that I was told, my lord.
My lord, before we request an adjournment, with your permission, I am going to
One thing that stands out to me here in this clip so far is how silent my lord was. This was January 2024, and the stark difference between my lord January 2025. And again, we have the same witness on the stand, and how my lord is an active participant in the cross-examination, answering questions, asking questions, and so on and so on, and of course putting his own opinions as well. And I would say helping the witness, yeah. Especially the day when he spoke about the gold tooth. That was shocking beyond measure. But going back to this, before I digress any further, Bongani Ntanzi says, Bongani Ntanzi's version is that on the 18th of June, they were coming back from Carltonville, and then they stopped at the engine garage, and that is when he was assaulted. Mngomezulu says, when I did the cross-examination, when the evidence in chief was done, so Valoi and Sergeant Mkhane, there was no mention of stopping at the engine garage. There was no mention of mechanical issues. There was no such mention until Jiggy AVL records came on board, including not just Sergeant Mkhane, but including the SWAT team members as well. Nobody seemed to have known about this engine garage, and then now all of a sudden, and not only that, even conveniently, the AVL records, they first came, they were not including the 18th. So Mngomezulu is saying the 18th as being highlighted as the date of assault is conveniently, no one is remembering it, okay? And the records are also coming missing that specific day. And you can hear it. I don't know if you're hearing the same thing, but Brigadier Gininda's tone of voice. He's in deny stage. He's not going to agree, and then he's going to act as an innocent court officer, an innocent SAPS member who there's nothing that we could have done wrong. I wasn't there. I know about the mechanical issues. I am the one who told him to request assistance for their protection, all of them's protection. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Pretty interesting, yeah. And as well, notice as well Gininda's tone of voice, Gininda's communication. He's not as bad as he is now with the long answers and talking about, I dealt with this matter already. So let me know your thoughts. What has changed? Let's continue.
Pause on this cross-examination for the 18th, because I didn't want to juxtapose and show no logic in what I'm asking. And I will provide the records tomorrow morning relating to the evidence that is now given by Brigadier Gininda about the AVL of the 24th of June. May I just have few questions on the AVL of the 24th? As I'm saying to you, putting what has been asked from Mr. Sergeant Mngomezulu, on the 24th, is it your evidence also? Can you confirm it under oath that on the 24th, the Toyota Fortuner was in Benoni and it was not transporting accused number 2 to
Yes.
Boksburg prison, to Boksburg court?
No, it was in Benoni. I think the AVL record, my lord, shows that we gave it to the defense. It's not a point of contention. The AVL, I remember, went through it, and I think it was there few days before the 24th. My recollection on the 24th, it is parked in Benoni. It's a mechanical police garage, my lord.
Yes. The reason why I requested permission or indulgence to the court to deal with the date of the 24th is because, firstly, I'll bring the records tomorrow in the morning, whereby there was a ruling by the court when we objected on the use or the giving evidence on the AVL. And the court made a ruling, and I'll provide that ruling that has been made by the court, which was considered by Sergeant Mngomezulu to that motor vehicle was interlinked with the AVL, and there were certain areas that were also mentioned in that ruling relating to the Fortuner that was transporting accused number 2.
My lord, I don't understand the interlink. What I know about AVL, it is assigned to a specific vehicle. You can't link it to another vehicle. It's assigned to a specific vehicle to monitor the driving, management of the driver, the location, the speed, but it's assigned to a specific vehicle. And the one that I saw, my lord, like I said, my recollection and which I can provide, I do have that AVL. On the 24th of June 2020, the vehicle was parked in Benoni. The AVL shows that. So if it was interlinked with another vehicle, I don't know how, my lord.
Sorry, Mr. Before you interpret it, sir, not interlinked with another vehicle.
Oh.
The evidence of Sergeant Mohane relating to the transportation of accused number 2 was interlinked. That's what I was saying, not with another motor vehicle. You still dispute that he was transported on the 24th of June?
No, I don't dispute that he was transported from prison, from the police station, my lord, because I made arrangements for the confession. I've said this in my evidence in chief. I didn't give instruction to Sergeant Mohane. I know that accused 2 was picked up from the police station, taken to Boksburg Magistrate Court, and that is where the confession by Magistrate Cronje was made, and then taken back. And that is the 24th of June 2020. What I'm saying is that in my recollection, the vehicle, the Toyota Fortuner, I think it's FV47LFGP, my lord. That vehicle was at Benoni. He was not utilizing that vehicle. That's what I'm saying, my lord.
Further, give you the records tomorrow morning to confirm that Sergeant Mohane led evidence that from the police station to Boksburg Court, he transported accused number 2 using a white Toyota Fortuner bearing the registration numbers that you have just said, and he was escorted by the SWAT members, and the SWAT members also, the evidence of Jonathan is there, evidence of Mapumulo is there, the evidence of Butelezi is also there, that on that particular day when they took accused number 2 to make a confession in Boksburg Court, he was put into a Toyota Fortuner. This means that evidence that it was not in use. That means either the AVL is not accurate or the witness is deliberately misleading the court.
That's a good piece, Lord. That is not according to our recollection of the evidence of Sergeant Mohane, but as counsel pointed out, we can peruse the record just to verify that aspect, but that is not according to our recollection.
May I adjourn, my lord, for tomorrow? It's 3:30. Court is
Tomorrow, that's 10 o'clock.
One thing about the late advocate Mngomezulu, he did not mince his words, okay? He literally told Gininda that it's either the AVL isn't accurate or you are deliberately misleading the court. Doesn't give him an opportunity to respond. Baloyi stands up to object. Advocate Mngomezulu ignores, okay? He ignores Baloyi and proceeds to ask my lord for an adjournment for the day. Mic drop, and that is it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that was just a brilliant listen. Definitely going to go into this is part 3. Definitely going to go into part 4 to see, okay, so is the record saying what Mngomezulu is saying, or is Baloyi correct in saying this is what the record is saying? That is going to be an interesting find, including the AVL records. Okay, thanks so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Remember as well to share the video, because by sharing the video, more and more people get to hear and revisit what was going on in the High Court over there. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Remember, as always, I absolutely love it when you watch the ads. If you're watching from outside the club, why are you watching from outside the club, and why can't you subscribe? Let me know in the comment section. I definitely want to know why. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on my next upload.